Creepiest South American cryptids. Hey everyone, it's Alexa again, and welcome back to another video. We've all heard of Bigfoot, of dragons, of the Loch Ness Monster, and goblins, but what about the mysterious creatures famous in South American and Latin American folklore? What tales come from these cultures of this southern continent? Keep watching to find out. But before we get into today's video, make sure that you're subscribed and ring the bell so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. El Cuero. Stingrays are already a dangerous animal that we should all avoid. Then you have El Cuero, which is essentially a bigger stingray with hair and skin like sturdy leather. In Spanish, cuero means leather or cowhide. If you speak Spanish, you probably already put that one together. This hairy stingray also has sharp claws that it uses to grasp onto its victims tightly. Most sightings of El Cuero happen in lakes located in cold climates, such as near the Andes Mountains. Locals warn to stay clear near the edges of these lakes because El Cuero is known to leap out of the water and snatch prey. Titanoboa. Lurking within the Amazon rainforest is a snake that is said to measure 25 feet long and weigh 550 pounds. What's interesting about this creature is that many people are sure it exists. Countless explorers have claimed that they have spotted the Titanoboa while trekking through the forest, though there hasn't been any concrete scientific evidence that solidifies its existence today. One British explorer named Percy Fawcett said he hunted down a 62-foot Titanoboa. Bernard Heuvelmans, a cryptozoologist, backed up Fawcett's claim. However, a lot of scientists consider such sightings just mere exaggerations. Alicanto. You'll know when the Alicanto passes by. Folklore states that this bird is luminescent in the sky. They are only active at night, so watch out for something shiny flying through the darkness. It lives in Chilean mines and caves and feeds on the gold or silver found in the earth. Sometimes the Alicanto can't fly because it ate too many minerals and can't lift itself off the ground. Don't be afraid to encounter this mythical bird, though. It's good luck to spot the Alicanto, so if you do, follow it so that it may lead you to gold and silver. However, you must share your treasure with the Alicanto too. Encantado. In Spanish, encantado means charmed. You would think that means the encantado is a harmless creature. That would be true, so long as you don't care about giving birth to an encantado baby. What does this cryptid look like? In its true form, an encantado is a long-beaked dolphin that lives in the Amazon River. They are intelligent creatures and love human activities, like festivals. To be a part of it, encantados will disguise themselves in human form and play instruments. As men, the encantado has a bald spot, which is actually their blowhole. Women are warned to stay away from musicians with bald spots, lest they are lured away from their home and are taken to the underwater city to give birth to a dolphin. Madremante. Madremante is very similar to the banshee of Irish mythology. However, this cryptid originates from Colombia. Madremante is a womanly figure with huge glowing eyes and a spirit that resides in the forest. The name Madremante means Mother Mountain, and she is named such because she controls the weather and is close to the animals that live in her territory. When she appears to humans, she is dressed in leaves and moss. She honestly sounds pretty serene. Then she goes and screams and wails super loud that it spooks humans to the point that no one ever approaches her any closer. Boraro. The Boraro are a race of beings in South American folklore. You'll find this group of giants in the northwestern region of the Amazon forest near the Valpes River. They are tall, with large ears, large heads, and have stiff legs. They are all humanoid males and are a scary sight to behold. Their feet are facing backwards, which helps confuse their enemies so that you don't realize which direction they are running. To escape from their wrath, make sure you have some tobacco on hand, because this helps calm and sedate them. Malpelo monster. Near the coast of Isla de Malpelo is a monster swimming in the sea. Colombian legend says this beast is called Malpelo, named after the island, and is a shark that measures 15 feet long. Some believe this beast truly exists, but science has yet to confirm it. In 2002, a biologist named Sandra Besudo organized an expedition to observe the Malpelo monster after she claimed to have come face to face with it while diving near this island off the coast of Chile. The team didn't go very far, however, because pirates apprehended the crew. Maricoxi. The Maricoxi is similar to an ape, a huge ape. These animals supposedly inhabit the jungle regions of South America. Many experts debate whether or not they are real. Remember Colonel Percy Fawcett, the explorer who said he killed a Titanoboa? He claimed he came across several Maricoxi in 1914. He described the ones he saw as incredibly hairy, and they were more intelligent than typical apes. These creatures lived in villages and fashioned weapons like bows and arrows. Fawcett added that they spoke in grunts instead of words. Mapinguari. What do you think this creature is? Is it a bear? A large rodent? It is a mapinguari, which is more like a giant sloth and an ape put together. It roams the rainforests of Brazil and Bolivia. When translated, mapinguari means the roaming animal or the fetid beast. Various parts of South American folklore also refer to it as the inashi. This animal only has one eye. Though it has fur, its skin is like a lizard's and its feet are backward. It has two mouths, one on its face and the other on its belly. When they stand, they can be as tall as 7 feet. Tapire irawara. Here is another creature that allegedly lives in the Amazon rainforest, one that has an existence that bridges the gap between fact and fiction. French explorer and filmmaker Jacques Cousteau writes about the Tapire irawara in his book, Jacques Cousteau's Amazon Journey. Cousteau details how the beast patrols the flooded forest to guard it from humans, suggesting it has a higher level of sentience compared to other animals. According to the legends, the Tapire irawara resembles a tapis, but is large, like a cow, and has a jaguar-like head. Walepen. Beware of rivers and lakes in Chile, especially if you're pregnant. Women expecting children are warned to stay away from the water because of the walepen. The walepen is a chimera of a calf, a sheep, and twisted web feet. It will often arise from the waters it haunts to mate with nearby livestock, resulting in abnormal-looking offspring. Don't worry, it won't try to mate with a female human, but the sight of a walepen can cause the unborn human child to come out deformed. Minhocão. Think of a hybrid between a large fish and a large worm. It's not a pretty sight. You'd probably be quite frightened to see the minhocão in real life. Minhocão comes from the Portuguese word for earthworm and was first described in the 19th century in Brazil. Locals reported that these animals inhabited lakes and they would drag cattle and horses underwater to feed on them. People also blame the minhocão for damaging roads, creating trenches, though no one has claimed to see the creature do this. Yakumama. Yakumama means mother of water and is the name of a serpent that lives in the Amazon forest. All the tales surrounding its origins say that the Yakumama is the mother of all aquatic animals. Like the basilisk of European mythology, the Yakumama is a giant snake with horns on its head. To take down prey, it sucks in lots of water and forcefully sprays an animal to stun it. Experts guess that if there is a real Yakumama, then it's most likely just a really huge anaconda. Giglioli's whale. Enrico Hillier Giglioli was an Italian zoologist and anthropologist whose name is associated with this mysterious marine animal. Giglioli said he saw this whale while on board the Magenta in 1864. The ship was 1,200 miles off the coast of Chile when he spotted the whale. He could not recognize the species and noticed that it had an elongated body measuring a whopping 60 feet long. Giglioli was also shocked to see it had double fins. Other scientists argue that this whale may not be a separate species, but that the double fins may just be a genetic mutation. El Culebron. Over 10 million confirmed species live in the Amazon rainforest. What else do you expect in a region that's 2.124 million square miles? Imagine all the things we haven't even discovered yet. Another alleged being that dwells in this dense environment is called El Culebron. Think of something with an anaconda's scaly long body paired with the head of a cow. El Culebron eats anything it sees, though people would probably still dare go near it because it can also detect where some buried treasure is. Hombre Caimán. The story of El Hombre Caimán, or the Alligator Man, comes from Colombia. Hombre Caimán dwells along the country's coast. But where did he come from? He used to be full human. The story goes that El Hombre fell in love with the daughter of a rice merchant. He was dining on a rice dish at a nearby restaurant when he saw the woman swimming in the sea. El Hombre decided to join her and then swam with her every day, and then one day he turned into an alligator. Another legend states that El Hombre was a womanizer fisherman. He went to a sorcerer to turn him into an alligator so that he could spy on women bathing in the water. La Llorona. As the old English saying goes, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. It's a sentiment present in many cultures, and Mexico is no exception. There, they have the myth of La Llorona. Some of you may only be familiar with this cryptid from the new La Llorona movie released this year. La Llorona is a ghost spirit who was once a woman named Maria. Maria was the most beautiful woman in the village who was cheated on by her husband. To spite him, she takes the life of her own children. There is another, similar version, except that one is about a man leaving a woman for someone else. In the afterlife, that woman is unable to go on until she finds the soul of her children. Nahuelito. Nahuelito is Latin America's version of the Loch Ness Monster. Nahuelito lives in the Nahuel Huapi Lake in Patagonia, Argentina. Witnesses say that it is an enormous serpent, though some believe it may be a plesiosaur. The first reports of such a monster began in the late 19th century, but the last ever official sighting was in 2006. Yo te vo. Yo te vo means I see you, and if that's not creepy, then we just don't know what is. It refers to a man-eating tree, similar to the smaller carnivorous plants in real life. These types of trees are found in the Guiana highlands of South America. The plant traps large insects as part of their diet. However, other animals and humans are on the menu too. Before we tell you number 1, we've got a question for you. Do you believe in any legends, myths, or fairy tales? Which ones? Let us know in the comments below. El Chupacabra. Perhaps the most widely known Latin American cryptid is El Chupacabra, yet it's the youngest creature on this list. The earliest stories of the Chupacabra only popped up in 1995, though some believe it may have had something to do with the 8 sheep in Puerto Rico that were drained of their blood in the 60s. As you can guess, this animal preys on goats and sheep. In 1996, it seemed this animal swam across the water and began attacking livestock in Florida and Mexico. People can't seem to decide how it looks. Some regard it as a lizard-like creature, though others are sure it looks more like a dog.